Hey everybody, Jon David had an 8 out of 10 day today. Would have been 10 out of 10, but he failed his ERT for the word of the day, which is bradypnea. So bradypnea is where you breathe too slow, and it can happen to us when we get in really deep REM sleep, when we get over-sedated, when things just aren't particularly right respiratory-wise. But in this particular case, probably just too much REM sleep for Jon David. Like just getting into a real deep sleep. But again, bradypnea is just where you breathe really slow, and that changes based on, it's specifically that you're breathing too slow for your particular age and like health condition. So the number is kind of a moving target. So for example, for us, it would be really slow if we were breathing like 4 or 5 times a minute, whereas like for him, it's below 20. The younger you are, typically the more breaths per minute that you'll take. And so as you get older, it kind of slows down. And so that is kind of what happened to him last night, was he got below 20. And so that is what caused him to fail his ERT, which again is kind of the only thing that went wrong today in terms of, you know, him not having a great day in terms of 10 out of 10. 8 out of 10, still a really good day. So we're not going to complain about that at all. So we are happy that he's had a good day. He spent last night with Mama Kay and most of the day with Mama Kay, and then he was able to wean his vent a little bit more. And then also what they did today to kind of help start preparing him for his extubation on Monday was they put him in like a modified ERT mode. And so he's not doing the ERT per point of like 10/5 in terms of pressures. He's 13/6, which is a step in the right direction for his pressures because he has been 14/6. But the thing that they changed that was different is they took away his SeSe rate, which I don't remember exactly what the acronym stands for, but essentially what it means is that they are simulating his breaths for him. So if they set it at 26 breaths, then the vent is going to make him breathe at least 26 times in that minute. And so what they did was they took that away. And so now every breath that he's taking during the minute is him. Like he is initiating that breath. So if that is 40 times, it's all him. If that is 15 times, it's all him. Now they do have it set to where if it goes below 20, that it alerts them, and then they can come in and have the backup SeSe rate of, I think it's like 20 kick in. So that is a safety feature they've got on there for him, but he has not needed it. He's been breathing, and that's been since like 10 or 11 this morning that they've had that way. And so again, really good day for him. And so it's showing us that he seems to be able to be doing this by himself. Essentially, right now, the ventilator is operating more like a CPAP machine than a true vent where it's forcing the breaths, because they've changed that SeSe rate. So again, good day. Also, in case any of y'all are unfamiliar with like CPAP machines or anything like that, basically what it's doing is it is giving him positive pressure. So it's keeping pressure in his lungs and helping basically push pressure for the air to go into his lungs. But because the SeSe rate isn't there, it's not making him breathe. So it's supporting him with pressure and helping air get in, but it's not making him breathe with a forced number of breaths per minute. He also weaned his dex by 0.1. And then we got to come up and see Jon David today. When I say we, I mean Hunter and I, and then Mallory later on, and I'll get into why hers was later on. But today was the first time that Hunter was able to see Jon David since the last time he came up when we were trying to do the extubation. He has cardiac arrest. So there was that. That was a little over a month ago. And then it's the first time that Hunter has seen Jon David awake and be able to be interactive with him since like the first week of June. So it's been like 10 weeks. And so Hunter was really excited. We got in the truck today and he was telling me, I'm so excited to go see Jon David. And so some phrases that he had when he got here were, he's crying, he needs me. And so he got up there and he wanted to rock him and rub his head. And then he said, I'm a good big brother. And Jon David wants to watch fishing videos too. Which is the picture where you see Jon David's holding my finger, and then Hunter's in my lap watching fishing videos in my lap. But then we also had Gigi and SeSe come visit and see Jon David and Hunter. And then Hunter went and spent the night with them. We all went out and ate Enzo's, which is right down the street from the hospital here, ate pizza, and then Hunter went with them to spend the night. And Mallory met up with us at Enzo's, and the reason why she was so much later getting here is she was supposed to be going for get an oil change, but then they did an inspection and her timing belt was off. And yeah, she needed to get her timing belt fixed because that's a pretty integral part of your car and can lead to your engine just, kind of blowing up. So needed to get that done. And thankfully they called it and it didn't, lead to anything bigger happening. So, fingers crossed, knock on wood, everything will check out with that and it'll be fine going forward. But also want to say thank you to everybody. I know I said this yesterday, but for those of you who posted church today, for everybody who tagged me in it, if you tagged me, I was able to kind of see the pictures, and I tried to get you in here. If I didn't, I'm sorry I didn't get you. But hopefully anybody who has taken a picture and posted it, that you'll at least see this. Thank you all again so much for supporting Jon David and supporting us. And then also want to say thank you. There has been an organization that came around today. It's called Miracles for EJ, #EJ Strong, and they gave us gifts, and they did it for the whole floor. So every family on the floor and every kid got a gift today from this organization, and I just want to say thank you to them because it went a long way. Like, it goes a long way having people from the outside come back, and they were actually a family that was on this floor for 100+ days is what they actually just sent me back like in a message just a minute ago. And so they understand how meaningful this is. So I just wanted to say thank y'all. And then also just public service announcement. You'll see this one. I came across this today and I felt like I needed to say it. And I don't feel like this advice is necessarily limited just to families who are battling congenital heart defects. I think this truly can apply to anybody in any kind of traumatic situation, whether it be children or parents or whoever is sick. I think that really this is actually just good advice for anybody who's dealing with complex medical issues. But I know in some of the more recent videos I've definitely said, like, if you know somebody who is going through like a journey battling congenital heart defects, or if you want to reach out, things like that, just one of the things you might not want to say is I can't imagine. I know personally for me it's been one of the ones. I know it comes from a well-meaning place, but we don't have to imagine. Like, we are here every day. We don't have a choice in this. It wasn't like somebody opted for this. This is something that our kids had thrust on them, and we didn't choose this. We definitely would not have chosen this for our children. And so instead of saying I can't imagine, say something along the lines of, I'm thinking of you, I'm praying for you, I'm checking in on you. All of those phrases are definitely more helpful and make us feel less isolated than I can't imagine, because I can imagine makes it sound like we're already kind of isolated in our reality of these things are relatively rare. And so hearing I can't imagine just kind of makes it feel even more so. So if you use the phrases of like, hey, I'm praying for you, hey, we're here for you if you need us, hey, what can I do for you? Those things kind of bring you into it with us, even if you just want to acknowledge and be like, I have no idea what you're really going through, but I am here for you. That kind of brings you to us and makes us not feel so alone. Like, I can't imagine just seems a little more isolating as some of the things that we've talked about with some other heart parents, and that's one of the things that, again, it's a phrase that we all kind of hear because people do hear this a lot. It is a phrase that is commonly used. And so again, just trying to help out. And again, these don't necessarily need to be just within the context of a congenital heart defect. I think really this advice is good for anybody who's going through like a medical issue and you're trying to reach out and just be there for them. I think that this is just really good advice for any of those types of situations. But I did see this from Levi's Legacy today and felt like I should pass it on because I thought it was really good advice from them. Some praises for today. Jon David has taken steps forward. He has weaned to sedation, and we are just very, very happy that he and Hunter got to spend a little bit of time together. And then he actually got a smile. We got a smile out of him. I didn't get it on camera, but we got a smile out of him for Gigi and SeSe and Hunter while they were here. And then if y'all would pray for these three things: one, that he'll continue moving forward and tolerating his weans and also his feed increases. He's almost at his full feed, so we're right there at it. And then also that you will pray for everybody who's lost loved ones, but especially those who've lost children. And then pray for all of the kids and families who are battling congenital heart defects. This extends not just to this floor here at Duke, but all over the world. There've actually been some families from other countries like Brazil who've reached out and said, they're battling the same thing that Jon David is. And to me, that's one of those things where this doesn't really recognize nationalities. It doesn't recognize languages. It crosses everything, everywhere. It touches everybody. So again, if y'all would pray for these families, because it is not just localized to one area. And it really does have far-reaching impacts everywhere because 1 out of every 100 kids in the world is born with a congenital heart defect. But thank y'all for your time. Hope y'all continue to choose Hope daily. Y'all have a good night. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Look, he's waving at you. Hey, brother. Let's get him. Look at him. Get that jellyfish, Jon David. Get it.
Get him. And get that red tail.
Get that red tail.
Get him.
Fish.
Comes jellyfish. Get jellyfish. Come on, Jon David.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, yeah. You got a jellyfish. Good job.
Yay! Good job, buddy. He does.
Nice and easy.
He's waving at the jellyfish.
Jon David, get it.
Jellyfish. Good
Good
job.
job.
That's it. Good.
Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off.